Yeah,
It's scam.
definitely
Actually, scam.
is.
It's scam.
Definitely
Doesn't
is.
it?
Definitely
It's very
is.
foolish.
And
It's
we'll
not
still
a
get
good
back
move.
to this. Anybody that is involved in education, a teacher or anybody that we can interview at Ask Nigeria, right? We're gonna ask them this question of, normalizing this. I think we should be able to get some people involved in education, whether it's with the ministry or with the education board. We're gonna ask them this normalization thing. How do they do it? How is it being done? And to you, is it fair? Right? We're gonna ask.
Yeah.
Them.
Would you like when your result is taken and given to another person?
And then normalized. All right, let's move
Let's
on
see.
with this. Now, a few days ago, Arise News actually published this, and that was supposed to be, in fact, that is the major thing that is our topic for this live, right? Because while we may be talking about JAM, talking about ACAS, talking about a few other things, this is so scandalous that I don't know what I would think it as, because this is not education now. This is not getting 0/400. This is not failing in class. This has to do with life, right? This is some people's lives, right? So we're gonna watch the video. It is Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, accused of U.S. bribery, and that was because he was linked with terrorists. Let's see. Let's
to suppress
watch
the
the video.
report linking him to a terrorist connection.
Yeah, let's watch the video and let's see. We're gonna see where that takes us. All right. Okay. All right.
Kick off what's trending with a bombshell new video from Kimberly Daniels. She's a U.S. legislator from the Florida House of Representatives, coming straight for Nigeria's Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawalle, in which she makes a shocking allegation that Matawalle actually attempted to bribe a U.S. official. Why? The United World Congress of Diplomats, an international organization, put out a report calling out Matawalle and his alleged proximity to terrorists here in Nigeria. Well, in a 15-minute Facebook Live posted to her official account, Daniels claims that Matawalle tried to make it all go away with money. Let's watch.
Because I can see the kind of person you are that will come and ask an elected official that you never met before to do a flyer with you and him on it, and he don't know you. What are you hiding, sir? This is, I feel like is this a movie? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Is this for real? So I had to come on Facebook because this is one, I'm not gonna, it's so much stuff people have done to me, and I'm quiet, and I'm not gonna be quiet about this. But to create a fake flyer of endorsement with your picture and another state representative, and then to create a letter praising yourself, and to tell that man you will give him any amount of money to publish it, and you don't even know him, sir, that is not incompetence. That is crookedness.
Now, that video was taken down from her Facebook page, and Matawalle has yet to officially respond to her. But the context of this is that Daniels has also previously called on President Tinubu to remove him from his role over her allegations that he was complicit in some way in a number of attacks across the country. On the flip side, you have a U.S.-based Nigerian group, the Nigerian American Coalition for Strategic Stability, criticizing Daniels' stance, saying it's representative of a pattern of foreign commentary on Nigeria that lacks a nuanced understanding of what's actually going on here on the ground. And Rufai, I'll come to you on this story, but I'll take some quick reactions from X. Bob says, a serious allegation, and given who's making it.
All right. We're not going to go through all of the comments, right? But the main point here is that it was linked allegedly to terrorist connections, terrorist organizations. And then, he according to the video that we just watched, he wanted to bribe his way out of it. This is sad. This is more than 200 hackers, 1 million hackers would do to Nigeria. This is more than JAMB is doing. This is more than INEC would do to Nigeria, actually. Because if you are Minister of State for Defense, right, and someone is accusing you, and you can't come out to say, really? Me, the terrorist? Do you have proof? You're supposed to be, of course, you're supposed to say that, right?
Even if you want to do like Daniel Bwala.
Yes, even if you want to be Janus faced, right? You should be.
Yeah, you want to be like,
come on, defend yourself, and
based on the context. Based on the context,
defense cannot defend themselves.
You know.
You're a minister of defense, but you cannot defend yourself.
The person I'm actually blaming right now is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As you can see, Kimberly Daniels already called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to remove him from office. But the question I'm asking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu right now is that, what's he doing? Someone outrightly call you out on social media, say, remove this guy from office. Okay, if this stupid man is not coming out, if Bello is not coming out to actually, debunk it and says it is not true, you can actually force the man as the president of the state. So if the president is actually doing nothing, I don't want to draw a connection between the president and the minister saying probably there's a coalition, there's a kind of alliance. I don't want to say that, but if the president cannot order the minister to come out in the next 24 hours before declaring a wanted person or actually a terrorist in the state to come out and debunk this statement or defend himself, then the president should be called to actions too. That will be my take on it. It's as simple as that. Because if the Kimberly Daniels already called on to the President Bola Ahmed right now to take actions, and yet no message from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, no message from Minister Bello. So who are we to hold on to now? We are in Nigeria right now. Kimberly Daniels cannot come to Nigeria and call out that she has done her own part on social media. She has exposed the secret. She has told us what is happening over there. Then what is the actions that we taking as a nation? If the president sits in it, I don't want to call it a throne because there's not a throne. It's just a seat representing our interests. If the president is feeling big to sit on a throne, not to call her just a minister, not even a prime minister, not even probably the Senate president, just a single minister, call him out and give him 24 hours. It is something applicable. It is something possible. Give him 24 hours to come out or declare him wanted in the state. No one is going to actually become an infamous.
I'm not sure that's gonna happen. I'm not
like
sure.
in the president's defense now, he will tell you if he would dismiss all of his appointees based off of allegations or based off of one random person telling him to sack this appointee.
But this is not a random person. Don't forget that he's a US lawmaker.
He would sack everybody. He would sack everybody on his cabinet. I'm just saying, in his defense, that is what he's going to say. But people remember the First Lady went to US a few months ago and she was trying to get an interview with a very well-known private media organization, and they refused to grant her that interview. If you heard that news, she tried as much as possible to get that interview and they didn't grant it to her. And they said it, I saw the podcast, I can't remember, maybe I'll go check my history, and they said it that Remi Tinubu wanted to be on the podcast to defend the government and defend the fact that there was no Christian genocide and all that, and they didn't allow her to come. It was around that time that she was in the US for a breakfast show and for the US breakfast meeting or so, and then President Trump gave her a shout out and it was like, the first lady of Nigeria is here. Where is she? Don't even know that is an insult. You don't think it's an insult? So in a hall they have to do like this to look for you, and you make it.
It's not an insult. It's not an insult.
And we have delusion now. how delusional she was. She came and she said, it is only Nigerians that don't respect their lawmakers and their politicians abroad. We are honored, we're respected. We are, please, mommy, just continue being the wife of the president. Mommy, please. Mommy, please, I beg, ma. Just leave us alone. Don't go and disgrace us outside. But addressing back to these allegations that have been made, the silence is loud. The fact that he has not come out to say anything is very loud, and it speaks volume. This is an allegation that has been brought against you. It is not just an anyhow allegation. This is something that could get somebody dismissed in the military. Just from the military.
Yes.
It could get you dismissed. In Nigeria, it could get you dismissed. But an Oga at the top has been thrown, this allegation has been thrown at you, and there is no defense. I'm not sure there's an investigation. There's nothing going on. Everybody's just moving on like it's a regular Tuesday or just a random Thursday in Nigeria. So
it's actually concerned.
It doesn't
it's
make
concerning.
the silence is very loud.
The silence already, this is very loud. It's actually telling us understand how vulnerable, how complicit, how scandalous. I don't want to use some different adjectives. How horrendous, how stupid, how, it's getting more annoying that at the international level, we are like a chicken to them. Like a chicken that you can throw any grains at, and there's nothing we can do to actually refute or actually just, counter their claim. When a US lawmaker can come out on social media right now, instantly, as a nation that has a name, this has nothing to do with probably sacking all your minister from the cabinet. This is about protecting your heritage as the president of Nigeria. You can even come out and say, this is new to me, but I'm giving the minister Bello 24 hours to come out and say that debunk this. But yet, nothing. I don't mention this at the beginning. Do we know that? I don't know if this is true. Do we know that I was told, but I'm not sure, I've not confirmed that, about 100 students were actually kidnapped in Borno State during the JAM examination last week?
Of course, they were.
Do we know that until now, there was no information from the president on it?
JAM came out and said, they're not our students. The student had to post their examination paper, the slip, to get into the exam hall. That is Chibok Get Part 2 now, and nothing is happening at the moment. Chibok Get Part 2, nothing, at least we are acting as if nothing is happening in the country.
They said 400 people were kidnapped. They said 400 people were kidnapped.
Jesus.
And I'm wondering, in which part of Nigeria can you camp 400 people without the military, without any organization, without people knowing and seeing that this large number of people are in this place?
Were kidnapped.
No question.
Without any security agency.
It is
the logistics to camp 400
to
people.
transport.
You don't need 10. It's not 10 people that you need. You don't need 10 people. You don't need 20 people to guard 400 people. It's not possible. You can't use 10, 20 people, 400 people and say everybody, even if you have AK-47, it's not possible, right? And you camp them for days and you say,
and you ask for ransom.
No.
And everybody is just silent.
I can tell you that 80% of Nigeria
radio silence.
What happened? Radio silence.
Crickets.
And we are saying that there's a freedom of press.
There is none. So
let me just hold that tonight.
The insecurity, the defense. So for a question like this to be thrown at you in this situation that Nigeria is in, it does not speak well of the government. People are already saying the government is, in bed with these bandits and these people who are perpetrating this evil. So that means you don't care about what the average Nigerian thinks about you. All you need is, like we discussed the other day, Olakunle, rice. Just give them rice.
Rice.
You don't care what they think. You don't
center rice.
Anna,
you don't care
what rice. Insecurity rice.